Have you ever felt that your efforts are too small to make a real difference in this world? Have you thought about giving up because the problems seem too overwhelming? Today, I'm going to share a story that has transformed countless lives and might just change yours too. It's about how one simple action can make all the difference, even when everything seems impossible. In a quiet fishing village, there lived a writer. For years, he'd written successful books that were enjoyed by readers worldwide. However, lately, he'd been struggling. He'd been trying to write something meaningful, something that would touch people's hearts, but nothing seemed to have any real value. Feeling frustrated and uninspired, he decided to take a break and visit the nearby beach. Every morning, he would walk along the deserted beach, feeling the sand between his toes and breathing in the salty ocean air. The rhythmic sound of the waves crashing into the shore had a calming effect on him, helping him to relax and clear his mind. That particular morning, the sun shone brilliantly in an exceptionally blue sky. The tide had receded during the night, leaving the sand covered with thousands of small starfish. They were scattered across the beach, slowly drying under the hot sun. From a distance, the writer noticed an unusual movement. A small figure appeared to be dancing at the water's edge. Curious, he approached and discovered it was a young boy, no more than 10 years old, who was bending down, picking something up from the sand and running to the water. "What are you doing?" the writer finally asked, intrigued by the child's dedication. The boy looked up, shielding his eyes from the sun with his hand. "I'm saving the starfish," he answered simply. "The tide went out during the night and the sun is really hot. If they stay here on the sand, they'll dry out and die." The writer looked around. The beach stretched for miles, and every few feet there were dozens of starfish. A feeling of hopelessness washed over him, the same feeling he experienced when thinking about his own problems. "But there are thousands of them," said the writer in a tone that suggested he was explaining something obvious. "You can't possibly save them all. What difference does it make?" The boy paused momentarily. Instead of responding with words, he bent down, picked up another starfish and held it carefully. It was a small one, bright red in color, almost dried out from the sun. With a gentle motion, the boy tossed it back into the sea. The small starfish sank beneath the gentle waves and disappeared into the blue water. Only then did the boy turn to the writer with a smile that lit up his entire face. "For that one," he said, pointing to the sea where the starfish had fallen, "I made all the difference in the world." The writer was speechless. That simple, direct answer struck his heart like lightning. It was as if the entire world had changed in an instant. He looked at the boy with new eyes. What he saw wasn't naivety, but a profound wisdom that he, with all his books and knowledge, had never achieved. The writer couldn't help but smile. He understood now that the boy wasn't just saving starfish, he was saving lives. Each starfish represented a chance for life, a small victory against extinction. The boy's actions, though seemingly insignificant, were actually monumental in the grand scheme of things. From that day forward, the writer's perspective shifted. He realized that greatness wasn't about grand gestures, but about the accumulation of small, meaningful actions. Inspired by the boy, he began writing a story about their encounter, hoping to share the boy's wisdom with the world. If you like this story, please leave a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Together, we can spread hope and inspire others.